Thought I'd just come on live tonight while I'm working on some stuff for an upcoming show in August. Thought I'd show you a little bit of my process. This is my first time making these items, so I'm going to learn as you learn. So we will see. Basically what I'm doing is these are going to be keychains. These square ones you see over here, these are going to be earrings. So they're going to hang at an angle like that. And this is all, for lack of a better term, geek items. So I'm feeding my inner geek tonight and trying to get a few things done in the process. I'm really not sure what to do during a live broadcast. This is the first real one I've ever done. So if anyone comes on and has any questions, just make sure you type them into the chat, and I'll try and keep an eye on as best I can to answer them. Hello, Carol. How are you this evening? Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. As you can see, I'm working on something a little bit different tonight. Not used to working without my music on, so this is going to be a little bit different. And you might from time to time hear little Miss Rue in the background. She's in a grumpy mood tonight. So she's wanting Tracy's complete attention all the time. And when she comes in here and sees me sitting and doing something, it kindly upsets the little thing. So she tends to be very vocal about being upset, and I do apologize for that. I'm sorry for the lag in the video. I'm really not sure what's causing that. Like I said, this is the first time I've done a live chat, so I don't know. Getting stuff all over my fingers from this. These are some old comics that I bought. Well, not old, but they're comics that I bought and cut for the very reason of cutting up. Everything I'll be making is pretty much one of a kind. So, these are not copies. These are actually out of comics. Ooh, that one shifted on me. That's not good. Must have had too much Mod Podge on it. Well, I'd rather have too much than not enough, because not enough adds all kinds of problems, I've found. Trying a little bit different technique than I usually do. Usually I put the Mod Podge on it, put it down, then put the Mod Podge right back on top of it. But I'm finding I'm getting some bubbles that way. So I'm trying it a little bit different on these. On these ones I got a little bit of bubbles, which really won't hurt anything. You really can't see them that well. But on these, I'm doing the Mod Podge, then letting it pretty much dry, and then put the Mod Podge on top and see if that alleviates that problem. Don't know if it will or not, but we will try and see. Those, okay, those are all earrings. Spider-Man earrings. I think it's the comics that are like the slicker feel that are having the worst problem with bubbles. These Spider-Man comics are more like the old paper ones, you know, older ones, and they don't seem to be trying to bubble up as bad. So it very well could just be the type of paper. I don't know. Oops, some of that off my fingers. Let's see, I need another set for earrings. I thought I had some more here. Let me see. I do. There we go. Groot is done. I'm going to go back over these with a acrylic sealer. Probably need to let them dry overnight really good before I do that. That's so I know I've put the second coat of Mod Podge on them. These can, really I said these are keychains, but I guess they could be worn as pendants too. You could put a chain through them. I don't know why you couldn't. The only themes I've got cut out today were Guardians of the Galaxy and a few Supergirl, not very many, and Spider-Man. Then I've got some oddballs I found here and there that I thought would make pretty cool items. So I've got those as well. It's only got the one coat on it. Okay, it's got a coat on it. These need to be trimmed. Forgot to trim my Supergirls, so I have to do them on the second coat. I also forgot to check the corners. Sounds like the wind's blowing out there. We got snow today. Nothing that accumulated, but we did have snow in the air. Really weird. Here it is, April 16th, and snow's flying. Don't think we're ever going to get spring. Not ever. Now, I always go around and check the corners. And if I have any loose corners, I glue those. It's too hard to try and get the Mod Podge to work for me, at least on the corners. It's just easier for me to take a little dab of glue and glue them down. That's what I find the easiest route. A lot of that will get sealed whenever I put the acrylic sealer on because I do go over the edge with it. I do want to seal it even though it's not waterproof. I mean, you can't get in water with them. It is water resistant, so that makes it even more so around the edges to where it won't get back underneath there so bad. Corners off a little bit. There we go. Okay, now top coat on these of the first layer. Okay, there's those ones. Now, let's see, we'll put those over here because I do have a few more to work on that I want to work on. And hello, Sin. How are you this evening? Thank you for joining in. I'm working on some of my items for an upcoming Comic-Con I'm going to be vendoring at. And I just turn the live video on and let you all see my creative process. This isn't anything primitive or farmhouse. It's just I'm feeding my geeky side tonight. It's been ignored for way too long, so we're giving it its day in the sunshine. If you have any questions, just ask. Oh, does he really? Which one does he go to? Does he go to the big one in San Diego or one of the smaller ones like I did last month in Lexington, here near where I live? Wow, yeah, I think the Phoenix one does draw the bigger stars. I think you're right. I mean, we draw our, you know, I don't want to say they're not big stars. To me, they are. I go and see them. But we don't draw some of the real more famous names, which that's okay. I mean, I kind of wish it would stay a small convention. This last one was pretty big as far as stars. We had Chuck Norris, and he drew a lot of people, and it just made the convention floor so crowded. And it was, I don't know, it just could not accommodate the number of people that came. And that made it tough. I mean, you had to try and just, it was just unbelievable. It was literally shoulder to shoulder people. So it was crowded, but it was nice. This is the first year they had metal detectors though, so that kindly unnerved me. So other than that, it was a pretty good show. I enjoyed it. I was able to take Ruru with me. We rented a house, a townhouse condo for the weekend. We got a real good rate on it through Home Away, and that made it nice. So what I am making are, these are earrings. This is like the thing from Guardians of the Galaxy. These will be earrings. And these will be, you can use them either as keychains or pendants. And right now the ones I'm working on are Guardians of the Galaxy, and I've got and Supergirl, and some little odder ones here, you know, just different things I found that I thought might work. I'm trying to get started on my stuff for my Comic-Con, and like I said, I just turned it on in case anyone wanted to see what my creation process is. It is really neat, Sin, because what it is actual comic book pictures. I cut them out of actual comic books, so no two are alike. I mean, they're all one of a kinds. And what I do is, to make them to where they're as waterproof as possible, over top of the Mod Podge, I will put an acrylic sealer. I mean, it's not completely waterproof. You can't dunk it in water, but it's water resistant. But what I used on the back, of all things, is leftover vinyl flooring, like this. And it is really great because it's water resistant itself, and it's really flexible. It's easy to Mod Podge to. It's really amazing how well the Mod Podge holds on it. And it's just making some really, and like I said, they're flexible, you know, and